Me 28, standing in the lobby of a lakeside wedding lodge. Place smells like pine cleaner, expensive candles, and rich people pretending cabins are rustic. My younger sister is getting married, here full week event, because apparently one day of emotional damage was too efficient. My plan is simple: help, when asked hide, when possible, survive until checkout. I pick a leather chair in the corner behind a giant fake plant. Perfect visibility, fast route to the hallway. Basically tactical furniture. Peace lasts maybe 5 minutes. Hear heels approaching with military purpose. Not just walking, deploying. It is Claire, my sister's best friend. Maid of honor, spreadsheet. Queen human clipboard. Been my designated enemy for 4 years. She looks at me like I am an unpaid invoice. There you are. I say, unfortunately, she ignores that. There are 40 favor boxes in the side room, and you are sitting here like a retired house cat. Already did them, she stops. You did them 2 hours ago, alphabetized by table. Because I knew you would ask, her face does this tiny angry glitch. She storms off to check, comes back 3 minutes later. Looking betrayed by competence, the ribbon spacing is inconsistent. It is not. It could be better. So, could your blood pressure? This is how we talk, she says. My boots make me look like I sell firewood by subscription. I say her clipboard has more personality than most groomsmen. Normal wedding warmth. Then the front doors open and in walks Dana, my ex, the one who dumped me last year with a speech about outgrowing my energy. She has a fiancé on her arm, now Brent tall, expensive haircut. Watch big enough to have its own mortgage. Dana spots me instantly. Of course she does. Her smile turns soft in that fake funeral way. Evan, wow, you came alone? She says alone, like it is a disease. My brain searches for. A response finds dust. Brent gives me the little nod. Men give when they already decided they won. Dana touches my sleeve. Honestly, good for you. Showing up after everything, really brave. I am becoming smaller by the second chair, level plant. Level, possibly, mulch level. Claire goes quiet beside me. Not normal, angry, quiet, different, controlled. I glance at her. Her face has changed. She is looking at Dana like she just found a bug in the seating chart. Then Claire sets her clipboard down. Dangerous sign. He is not alone before I can ask what that means. She slides her arm through mine, leans her head against my shoulder. Warm, casual, insane. My lungs forget their job. Dana's smile flickers. Excuse me? Claire smiles sweet enough to poison tea. We are together about 7 months now, kept it quiet for Lila's sake. Lila is my sister. Also, the bride also. Currently the biggest threat in this building. If she hears that sentence, Dana stares. Brent checks his phone like there might be instructions. I say nothing because my entire operating system just crashed. Dana recovers you two. You barely tolerate each other. Claire squeezes my arm. That was kind of the problem. All the arguing shared airport shuttle, one terrible detour. Then somehow we realized we were both being idiots. She says it so cleanly, I almost believe the fake memory. Dana looks at me. Is that true? This is my big moment, my contribution to the lie. Yep, one word, heroic. Claire's fingers dig into my sleeve. Dana does not know what to do with. Yep. Brent mutters something about check-in. They leave, I exhale, then hear a shriek from the hallway. My sister Lila appears holding a box of fairy lights, eyes huge. No, 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 she heard. You are dating Claire? Box hits the floor. Little lights scatter everywhere. Claire looks like she might pass out from the mess. Alone. Lila launches herself at us. Full bride tackle. I knew it. I knew you two were secretly into each other. You told us to stop fighting. Same thing. It is not the same thing Lila is already planning, at light speed. You can share the couple's cabin now that frees up Aunt Ruth's room, and you have to sit together at the head table and do the couple's brunch and the lake photos. Lila Claire's nails find my arm, silent order to shut up. I shut up. Dana watches from across the lobby with a face like she tasted lemon. Lila runs off to spread joy and logistical chaos. Second she is gone, Claire drops my arm. What the hell was that? I ask. What the hell was what you told my sister? We are dating. I told your ex. Lila was collateral damage. Collateral damage gets us one. Cabin. Claire rubs her temples. I know, why did you do it? She looks away because Dana was talking to you like you were something. She stepped around, then adds, And nobody ruins Lila's week, even you. That second part is armor. I catch the first part, anyway. So, what now? Claire picks up the clipboard like a shield. Now we manage the problem, cabin 8 p.m., rules meeting, fake relationship is just a project with witnesses. I say that sounds horrible. She says yes, so arrive prepared 8 p.m. I stand in the doorway of our assigned cabin. Our cabin already feels illegal. Wood paneling everywhere, one gas fireplace, one painting of a trout, one bed, not two, not a couch, one big bed. Sitting there, like it knows what it did. Claire has taken over the tiny table. Legal pad, clipboard, 3 pens, 1 pen, only for emergencies. Apparently she points without looking up. Sit. I sit on my duffel, because the bed feels political. Rules, of course, rule 1. No kissing unless absolutely required by public pressure or direct Dana aggression. Why is kissing already in the plan? Risk mitigation, rule 2. If either of us says casserole, the scene ends casserole. Nobody says casserole romantically by accident. Fair rule 3. If we hold hands, you cannot look like you are being arrested. That is just my resting face. Then fix your resting face, she writes while speaking. Couple history, basic facts, favorite movies, coffee orders, how we allegedly got together. She is building a full relationship Bible. Then the heater makes a loud metallic bang. Claire freezes mid-bullet point. What was that? Old radiator. It hisses steam, starts leaking from the side valve. Claire stands too fast. Is it exploding? No. Is it flooding? Also, no. Could it ruin the timeline? Only emotionally. I pull my multi-tool from my pocket. The one she has mocked at least 12 times. Crouch down, tighten the valve, bleed. A little pressure, hissing drops, then stops. Whole cabin goes quiet. I stand and wipe my hands on a towel. Claire is staring, not at the heater, at me. You fixed it. It wanted attention. Most things do. Normally she would insult that. She does not. Her shoulders lower a little. I say, you know, you do not have to handle every disaster by yourself. Did not mean to say it, just comes out. She looks down at the legal pad. Thanks, quiet, real lands, weird. Then we both look at the bed. Truce immediately becomes awkward. I say I can sleep on the floor. She says, do not be dramatic. We draw a line. Middle of the mattress. Adults can share space with rules. That is how I end up lying stiff on top of the blanket, hands at my sides, like a corpse with boundaries. Claire on the other side, same posture, light goes off, dark cabin, rain, starting outside, almost asleep, when she says favorite breakfast. What? Dana might ask. We have been together 7 months. We need answers, so we talk into the dark coffee movies first. Jobs things, we hate things we pretend not to like by 2 a.m. I know Claire hates glitter, loves black coffee with 1 sugar, and once cried during a cooking show finale. She knows I click pens when nervous and cannot sleep. Without background noise, fake relationship research. Sure, that is what it is. Day 2 brings the lake activity, Lila calls it. Couples canoe. Bonding, I call it public drowning, with seating assignments. Morning is cold lake smooth. Everyone in matching life jackets. Claire's jacket is too big and rides up near her chin. She looks like an angry safety cone. Have you canoed before? I understand the mechanics that means no beside us. Dana and Brent step into their canoe like they are filming an outdoors catalog. Brent is wearing a performance shirt for a family canoe. Race tragic whistle blows. Claire and I immediately paddle on the same side. Canoe spins in a slow, humiliating circle. People laugh from the dock. Claire barks left, I say your left, or my left. The boat bumps the dock. Dana glides past us with a little wave. Something primal activates in Claire, right side. Now I paddle, she snaps orders. I snap back stop. Managing the water, stop paddling like a confused ceiling fan. Somehow the fighting becomes rhythm, stroke, insult, stroke, insult. The canoe straightens. We catch Brent. He is breathing hard. Claire grins. He is dying. Row before. You gloat. I can multitask. We cross first. Lila screams like we won the Olympics. Canoe slides into gravel. Claire stands too early, loses balance. I catch her by the waist. Pure reflex. Her hands land on my shoulders. Suddenly her face is right there. Wet hair, pink, cheeks, eyes wider than usual. My hands stay at her waist. 1 second too long. Got you, she says. Yeah, soft, not a fight. Dana arrives behind us, looks Claire up and down. Rough. Look for maid of honor. Your hair's a mess. Before I think, I peel off my dry overshirt, drop it over Claire's shoulders, the same one she called contractor cosplay. Yesterday, Claire goes, still, then pulls it around herself. Chin tucked into the collar, gives Dana a polite smile, sharp enough to cut rope. Dana leaves. I am standing there, damp, cold, and suddenly aware I did not do that for the lie. I did it because Claire looked small for half a second, and I hated it. She catches me looking. Do not make the shirt symbolic. I say I would never. She keeps wearing it all the way back night. 3 is the bonfire stone fire pit near the lodge. Half the guests drinking other, half pretending they are not marshmallows. Being burned beyond recognition, Claire sits beside me on a log bench close enough for the lie, close enough that the lie feels like a bad excuse. My overshirt is folded on her lap. Troy, Dana's fiancé, stands up with a beer and a terrible idea, couples trivia. Everyone cheers. Dana instantly looks at us, let the new couple go. First, Claire's hand clamps on my knee, warning. I put my hand over hers, mostly acting, maybe not. Troy asks her my worst habit. She answers instantly. He taps a pen 3 times before signing anything. I stare, true, never told her. Dana asks me, Claire's irrational fear, loose glitter, permanent contamination event? Claire turns on me. It is permanent. Crowd laughs. Questions keep coming. Coffee order, first job, favorite movie. We hit almost every answer because 3 years of mutual annoyance is apparently surveillance. People stop teasing, start watching us like maybe this is real. Claire feels it too. Her hand goes still under mine. Then some drunk cousin yells, "Final challenge. Show us how you make up after a fight." Crowd starts chanting, "Kiss, kiss." I turn to Claire, ready to say casserole, give her the exit. She is already looking at me, firelight on her face, sharpness gone. She reaches up, touches my jaw, pulls me in. Supposed to be quick, it is not quick, it is not fake either. Her fingers curl in my collar, my hand finds the back of her neck. The fire and the shouting fade behind a wall for a few seconds. There is no Dana, no wedding, no clipboard rules. Just Claire kissing me like she is mad. She waited this long, we break apart. Too slowly, crowd goes insane. Lila is clapping like she just manifested this with witchcraft. Dana looks furious. I should feel victorious. I mostly feel doomed because now I have to sleep beside Claire and pretend the line still exists next morning. We do not discuss the kiss, silent treaty. She makes coffee. I burn toast. We insult each other softly over breakfast. Bite is gone. Only habit, left storm. Rolls in by noon, heavy mountain rain, wind against the lodge windows, power flickers twice, then dies. Tonight is rehearsal. Dinner main hall, dark kitchen, half down, Lila in panic. Claire in worse panic. She paces the lobby with a flashlight and a clipboard, clicking the button on and off. Caterer cannot plate, hot food. Hall is freezing, timeline is dead. Lila will remember this forever. I say not. If we make it look intentional, Claire looks at me like I suggested replacing the groom. I find the maintenance shed, find a kid named Mason with keys and fear in his eyes, borrow every battery lantern, grab 3 groomsmen, make them build a real fire in the big hearth, move the dinner tables closer, get the kitchen staff set up with propane burners under the covered patio. 40 minutes of hauling, another hour of fixing the hall. Changes lanterns on beams, firelight on stone, hot food, coming out smoky and perfect. People start calling it cozy, as if the resort planned it. I see Claire watching from the corner, not managing, just watching like she forgot she was allowed. I bring her a plate, chicken, potatoes, roll. She takes it with shaky hands. Come here. I steer her to a dark window seat away from the noise we sit while the party hums behind us. She stares at the plate. I had every minute planned, then the sky just erased it. Her voice gets small. I am tired, Evan. I am so tired of being the person who catches everything. I do not try to fix the sentence, just turn my shoulder toward her. Offer it. She looks at it like an unfamiliar tool, then gives up and leans in, head on my shoulder, whole body lowering by an inch. I tell her Lila is going to remember tonight as the warm one, not the broken one. You did that you did. I handled logistics. You cared enough to panic, division of labor, tiny laugh into my shirt. Rain hits. The windows, lanterns flicker. Some uncle starts singing badly near the fire. Claire's eyes close. Wish we had one more day before normal comes back. I rest my chin on her hair. Say nothing, because saying something would make it real. But it is already real, has been since the canoe, maybe since the lobby, maybe for 4 years, and I was just too busy arguing to notice. Day 5 brings the damage storm. Gone, sun back, power restored, schedule resurrected. Claire retreats into clipboard mode, expected, but now she keeps distance from me. Table between us, at breakfast, no shoulder, no soft look, all business. I tell myself she just needs control. Back then I find her near the flower van. Dana has her cornered. I hear Peace's same fake gentle tone she used on me. He always does that makes you feel special, then leaves you wondering if it meant anything. By the time I reach them, Dana walks away smiling. Claire's face is closed, walls back up. What did she say? Nothing. Claire, we have chairs to set. So we set 200 chairs in silence. Wedding lawn overlooking the lake arch at the front aisle. Runner, crooked. I nudge one chair into line. She snaps, "Do not fix everything I do. That is not about the chair." She says, "This is a job we perform until the wedding ends. Then we are done. A job." Word hits wrong, so I hit back wrong. Right last night was unpaid overtime. Then her eyes flash. "You prove my point every time you turn everything into a joke. There is no audience right now." Exactly. "So why do you keep looking at me like that?" "Like Dana said you would." There it is, seed planted already growing. I say she had a script. Claire says she had details. Coffee shirt, catching me when I fall. All things you probably did for her too. That one cuts deeper than I want, so I get mean. You would not know real if it came laminated with bullet points. You would file feelings under action items and avoid them. Until Monday, her face changes. I know instantly I went too far. She picks up the clipboard from the grass, holds it against her chest. Casserole safe. Word, everything stops. Claire Deal is paused. Stay away from me until the ceremony. Voice shaking still controlled. She walks off. I stand among perfect rows of chairs, feeling like the dumbest man alive. Dana wanted me to lose my temper. I gift wrapped it. Wedding morning, same cabin, same silence. I fight a tie in the mirror. Claire does makeup at the table, with her back to me. Sage bridesmaid, dress hair pinned, up looks, incredible, not allowed to say. It knock hits the door hard. Mason from maintenance white as paper. The arch went down. We run ceremony, starts in 1 hour. The wooden arch on the lake overlook is collapsed. Storm softened the ground. Stakes pulled loose, garland twisted in broken wood. Claire stops, dead hands over mouth. No orders, no checklist, just horror. Lila is in the bridal suite getting ready. No idea her perfect ceremony is on the grass in pieces. I take off my jacket, roll my sleeves, Mason toolbox, longer stakes, 2 people who can lift. Now, Claire looks at me like she expects a comment about yesterday. I say nothing, just sort the wood. Uprights are usable, crossbeam, cracked but not dead. We drive new stakes deeper, an angle brace, the posts. Splint the beam, with a board behind the garland screw, until my wrist hurts. 45 minutes shirt, ruined mud on cuffs, sap across the chest. Arch stands. I shake it hard, does not move from 10 feet away. It looks perfect. Claire watched the whole thing. When I stand, her eyes are red. I walk to the coffee urn, make her cup black. 1 sugar. Splash of oat milk, bring it back. Do not say anything. Safe. Word means distance, but coffee is not a speech. She looks at the cup, then at me, takes it. Our fingers touch. She does not pull away fast. You ruined your shirt. It was already losing. Small laugh, almost a sob. You are infuriatingly reliable. I say I have been called worse. She drinks the coffee. Ice cracks not fixed, but cracked ceremony happens perfectly. Lila walks down the aisle, glowing, has no idea. The arch almost died. Vows under the thing. I rebuilt it holds. Of course it holds. I catch Claire's eyes during the kiss. She is crying, good kind, looking at me like she wants to say something and is terrified of the grammar. Then reception starts. Dinner, speeches, band, string lights, my ruined shirt under a jacket. No one can save. DJ announces bridal party dance. Of course, that means us floor clears. I walk to Claire, hold out my hand, she takes it. My hand settles at her back, hers at my shoulder. We sway. Yesterday is not gone, it is just underneath something heavier. One song becomes two, two becomes three. Nobody makes us stay. We stay. Then Dana appears at the edge of the dance floor, drink in hand, smile loaded. Wow, look at this. Claire stiffens. Dana. Eyes my shirt cuffs. Did you get dressed in a ditch? Fix the arch. You are welcome for the ceremony. She turns to Claire seriously. How long are you going to drag him around? He is a project, not a partner. I know this speech. I lived inside. This speech, I start to step back, take the hit, keep the wedding clean. Claire fists my collar. Do not move. Not to Dana, to me. Then she turns. You want to talk about projects? Claire, no. She opened the floor. Her voice goes flat and sharp. This man rebuilt a wedding arch in 45 minutes without asking for credit. He fixed a heater at midnight, while I was panicking over a checklist. He turned a blackout into the best dinner this lodge will ever host. He remembers my coffee order after hearing it, once he is patient. When I am impossible, quiet when everyone else is performing, and smarter than every man here who needs people to notice. Dana opens her mouth. Claire keeps going. You had that and treated it like a clearance return. That is not his defect. That is your taste problem. Nearby, tables have gone quiet. Brent reappears and immediately wishes he had. Not Dana has no script. First time I have ever seen it happen. She leaves the patio with her jaw, tight heels, stabbing the boards. Claire is breathing hard, then realizes what she said. Panic shows up late. Okay, do not analyze that. That was wedding defense, high stress, loyalty performance. The contract technically lasts until midnight. I catch her hand. Banter leaves my voice. The contract died in the canoe. She freezes. We both know it. I nod toward the balcony away from lights, band, family, and Dana's exit wound. She looks back once, then lets me lead her out. Balcony is cold, lake black below. Band muffled through the doors. Claire lets go of my hand and immediately starts pacing. 3 steps, turn, 3 steps, turn. Okay, let us be rational. Dangerous opener. It was proximity, stress, adrenaline, public pressure, misread, signals happen constantly. Claire, there are studies about bridges. Claire, people confuse fear and attraction. Claire, she finally stops holding her little reception timeline folder like a shield. I take it gently, set it on the railing. She watches like, I removed a weapon. You do not have a column for this. I could make one. No, you cannot schedule your way out of wanting something that lands. She looks at the boards. I am not going back to enemy after this week. That is our thing. It was cover for what? For not knowing what else to do with you. Wind moves loose hair around her face. I step closer. Next, move is yours. No rules, no safe word, no timeline. That's unfair. It's exactly fair. You just have to choose without a plan. Her voice breaks. I do not know how I have always had a plan. I touch her jaw with my thumb. She leans into it before she can stop herself. Then we figure it out badly. That sounds terrible. Probably you will make me insane. Almost certainly, she laughs small and wet. Then for once Claire does something unscheduled. Steps in, kisses me. No audience, no spite, no Dana, no sister. Accidentally hearing in a lobby, just her hands in my wrecked shirt and my arm around her waist. Sure real when she pulls back. Her forehead rests against my collar. For the record, I had no plan for that. I noticed terrible structure. Best thing you ever improvised. She laughs into my shirt and stays there. Next morning is checkout. Gravel lot, full of tired guests and rolling suitcases. Lila finds us by. The cars looks at how close we are standing. Smiles like she has known since before us. You two were very convincing. Say thanks carefully. She says no. I mean, after I figured out you were faking on day 2. Claire makes a strangled noise. Day 2? Canoe gave you away. Lila pats my cheek. Best wedding gift? Honestly. Then walks off toward her new husband. Claire stares after her. We got played by the bride, looks like it. She turns to her rental car, clean, practical, reserved 3 months ago. Then looks at my old truck mud on the tires, dent in the door flannel on the passenger seat. She picks up her bags, walks past her. Rental throws them into my truck bed. climbs into the passenger seat, buckles in. I get in slowly. Are we making a plan? She reaches for the radio. No, I am choosing music that is different. She frowns at every station settles on one. She hates less. I start the truck, pull out of the resort, Lot Lake. Shrinking in the mirror, clipboard somewhere in her bag. No schedule for the drive, no fake relationship left to manage. Just Claire in my passenger seat, stealing my shirt again, telling me my radio. Presets are a cry for help, I should probably argue. Instead, I let her pick the road.